Okay, today we're going to be going over using trigonometric identities. First, we should go over the several different types of trigonometric identities. First, we have reciprocal identities. These include sine x equals 1 over cosecant x, cosine x equals 1 over secant x, tangent x equals 1 over cotangent x, cosecant x equals 1 over sine x, secant x equals 1 over cosecant x, and cotangent x equals 1 over tangent x. Next, we are going to go over quotient identities. These include tangent x equals sine x over cosine x, and cotangent x equals cosine x over sine x. Finally, we have Pythagorean identities. These include sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1, tangent squared x plus 1 equals secant squared x, and cotangent squared x plus 1 equals cosecant squared x. We can use these identities to solve our example problem. Our task is to prove secant x minus tangent x times sine x equals cosine x. Our first step would be to use quotient identities to simplify the tangent x into sine x over cosine x, which gives us secant x minus sine x over cosine x times sine x. Next, we can use algebra to simplify sine x over cosine x times sine x into sine squared x over cosine x, which gives us secant x minus sine squared x over cosine x. Our third step would be to turn the secant x into 1 over cosine x using reciprocal identities. Then we're going to again use algebra to combine 1 over cosine x minus sine squared over cosine x into 1 minus sine squared over cosine x. Then we use Pythagorean identities to turn the 1 minus sine squared x into cosine squared x, giving us cosine squared x over cosine. Finally, we simply use algebra to simplify cosine squared x over cosine x into cosine x. With that, we have proven that secant x minus tangent x times sine x equals cosine x.